10 practices in the books. How do you feel about the group overall?
I'm excited. We got some bumps and bruises, so some guys are limited a little bit, but I'm excited about the whole group. They compete well together. There's one spot, but they're competing well, and then we just got to get some of those guys back to end the spring ball healthy. But I'm very pleased with that group.
I think one of the more fascinating developments of spring camp is seeing Javen Jacobs at running back. What have you seen from him so far?
He's a natural runner. He did that in high school. I think that's a position for him, to be effective with us and get some playing time. Again, we got a couple guys hurt, and so I wanted to make a change and see how that will affect our group. But I'm excited about the whole group, and I'm excited about Jaden as well.
Kenny says he kind of prioritizes those hybrid players. You've obviously had a bunch of versatile receiving backs in your room over the years. How does Javen's role kind of compare to your pass offense?
It is. Those I always look for backs that have the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, and every single one of that we've had. In that group, all of them have great hands, and so just from a rep standpoint, we needed to get some reps off of the guys that are taking a lot of it at the beginning of the spring ball, and so Javen came over, and he's been highly effective, and so I'm excited.
We're seeing a multitude of looks inside, outside zone, counter, power, the whole shebang, I guess, here throughout spring. What's been your most exciting, aspect of kind of teaching those concepts?
Just understanding the whys, the reason why we are attacking the defense, conceptually understanding everybody's job, and that's my job from a teaching standpoint, to make sure that I teach them that, so they're just not running the football. There's a why to everything, their reads, their eyes, but conceptually knowing everything that's going on, and so that's my job from a teaching standpoint, that hopefully they take it from the classroom and bring it in and apply it here on the field, and so it's my job to make sure I teach them that.
One of your popular teaching standpoints in the past was teaching them how to be professional and like what that looks like. Has that changed, to this year?
It hasn't changed. There's the guys that have to be first in the meeting, first up front, making sure that they have their notebooks. They're always taking notes. They go over their notes at the end of the night, making sure that they prepare for the day before. And so professionalism is huge if you want to play at the next level. And so I harp on that every day, and they've been really good about it.
What's been the biggest area of growth so far through spring ball, just for the guys in the running back room, from what you've seen?
I just understanding the protection and the schematics of it. They've been in the empty position, and so they've been out as slot receivers, and so they've done really well out there too. And so just understanding the whole concept, because this is a new kind of offense for them, and so they've been really good, especially from the terminology standpoint and understanding that.
With it being a new offense, Coach, obviously chemistry with the offensive line. I know throughout your past you're working with them, but how do you feel, even though Coach Dillingham said getting everybody reps and mixing stuff up, but getting on the same page with the offensive line, how do you feel the backs and the O-line are meshing?
Coach Saga is a great offensive line coach, and so we work together not only on protections but understanding all the calls up front for the run game, and so that hasn't changed over the years. Our backs are very fluent of all the calls that are going on, and we work tremendously well with the offensive line, and that is crucial. And when them working together, they understand their limitations, but they also understand their strengths. And so we're going to feed off those strengths, and Coach Saga has been incredible.
And I know Coach Dillingham obviously is talking about second and 10s are better than second and 18. I know all you coaches feel that way, but just talking to DeCarlos about those quick hits out of the outfield, how do you feel that as receivers, your running backs are developing?
Yeah, and I thought they've done a great job catching the ball out of the backfield. When I recruit those guys, it is important for them to be natural pass catchers, because it just makes them a huge threat out in the and there's mismatches as well, and so all of that group can catch the football. Javen Jacobs has come into that group a little bit too, and he's a natural pass catcher, and so that's a huge threat.
Coach, how special is it to get to work with DeCarlos again? Obviously, you had him when he was an actual kid. Now he's an adult, but what's it like to be able to work with him throughout his whole career, basically?
Just watching him mature, his maturity of how he attacks a day in practice, the way he goes about, studying and doing all that. But you can see it on the field. He's been highly productive, and he's just a tough-minded, mature guy that I enjoy working with every day. And I've had him since he's been 13 years old. Now he's 22, 23, an old man now. But those 10 years, it always brings me joy and gratitude to see those guys being successful.
I know you mentioned Javen. I mean, him having the flexibility to come back and not just take up space, but play running back as well. I mean, that obviously messes with defensive substitutions because you could put him in the slot, in the backfield. What with having a weapon like that, what does it do for the offense in general?
You know, it just makes us. It's hard for defenses to kind of focus on one thing. Right now, you have a running back that is a receiver out in a empty set that you have to take linebackers, and that's a huge mismatch. The linebackers to cover him, and so he's just learning. You know, we had some bumps and bruises, so those guys are going to come back, and so they're fiery and want to get back into the mix too, and so it's still an evaluation for that whole group. But Javen has done well in this, and he's only been here for 3 practices, so he has a lot of learning to go.
And who's lobbying the most for to throw the first halfback pass?
Well, Scatterbo, I think, has the best arm, to tell you the truth, out of all of them. He's shown it because he showed me on tape that he did that at Sacramento State too. He threw a touchdown. So yeah, he's been lobbying hard.